Sometimes we learn lessons from people a long time ago because they wrote them down. One of the pieces of my family history that I'm most grateful for are a couple of volumes that look like this, that a relative took the time to ask members of their family to write their family history and to write some things about them. And there are literally a couple of thousand pages of stories just about everyday people in their lives, but there are nuggets of things here that are really wonderful nuggets. One of them comes from my great-grandfather. He was an early settler, early pioneer, and he was living in this very remote area that was essentially settled by Indians or inhabited by Indians. And he had been working to form a relationship with them that would allow the settlement to prosper, and so they could have good relationships with their neighbors. He had sent his son out to trade a horse for some Indian blankets. And when his son came back, his son had about 3 times the number of Indian blankets that anyone would expect to get for a horse. And he described how he worried about the fact that he had the better of the deal and that it would harm his relationship with this Indian chief who his son had been trading with. So he said to his son, "I want you to go back and to tell the chief that this horse wasn't worth that many Indian blankets, and give them some of them back." Well, his son protested, but he insisted that he go. When he got back, the son still didn't understand the significance of it, but days later, the Indian chief came to his house and said, "I wanted you to know that I knew that your son had asked for too many blankets, but I knew that you wouldn't allow that to stand, and I just wanted to see if you were in fact an honest man, and you are, and I appreciate that." That was dealing with an early pioneer and an Indian chief. I'm in public service right now. I deal a lot with foreign diplomats, and I'm often in a situation where we're trying to get along with someone from a different country in a way as to be good friends with them. When I remember that story, I remember that the most important thing in a good relationship is to be fair, and that when you're striking a deal and a bargain, it's not about taking advantage of someone, it's about finding the place where you can both be happy. I learned that from a family history that my great-great-grandfather wrote years ago.